This is a brush chipper. Basically, what we're going to start out with here is the grease points. Basically, you want to hit every grease point on this machine. We'll start over here. On this brush chipper, you've got grease points on your pivots. Go in here. I'm going to grease it until you see grease coming out. One that's kind of tucked up in here. Just keep following around. Sometimes they're a little hard to get to. This one's a really important one right here. This is going to be on your bearings for the blade. Make sure you hit that. You've also got another one for this side of the bearings. Right here in the front of the machine. Grease it. Right up here on top, you've got some for your pivot, for your which they shoot for the brush. And on the other side, we have a couple more. There's a lot of hidden grease fittings on these machines. Have to look for all your pivot points. Got some down here for the blade engage. Should be 2 of them. And you have 4 more right here on this side as well. Next one we're going to go over is the engine oil. Checking engine oil on these machines. The engine oil is to be changed every 100 hours. So, let's see, we'll find a dry cloth so I can check the stick. We're going to dip it down. We're going to make sure that it's on the F marker. So if it's not on the F marker, then we're going to put some fluid back in it. Next, we're going to have your air filter. We want to check it. We don't want to blow it out. What we're going to do is tap it out. And it also has an internal air filter. Usually these don't need to be changed as much as the outers. But they start looking like they're burned or anything. But what you want to do is make sure you see air or light through this. Take this outside. Make sure there's light so the air can get through the filter. Place your cap and cover. Pause. Alright. Next we're going to go over here and we're going to check. Check the fuel. This thing takes regular unleaded. Goes in right here. Left tank on this side. The right tank's going to be your hydraulic fluid. Basically there's going to be a gauge on the top and you want it to be in the full marker. Where it's at now. It's got a green, a red, and a yellow. Sometimes I'll generally go in and double check to make sure that gauge is not sticking. After I verify the fluid, I'll close it off. Next, we're going to go over here into the belt housing where you're going to check the belts and battery. You're going to check inside your battery compartment right here, and if you've got any kind of acid like that on there. We're going to take a cleaner for that. So I'll go ahead and get battery terminal cleaner. You never want to work on batteries without safety glasses. You're going to spray that. Go ahead and let that clean while we check the belts. Come back and do that. I'm going to take a nut here. Check this off real quick. Check the belt housing. Belt housing comes off pretty easy. Just kind of give it a quick tug forward. Now you can just flip this back, you'll be able to tell real quick if the belts are still good. They'll look burnt. This belt looks fairly new, so I don't think we have to change it. So, when you engage, you go and engage your belt here. Just double check, make sure it's pulling it tight. It is, because you can actually make an adjustment down here to make it pull tighter. We'll just slide the cover back on. Put the bolts back in. Sometimes you have to move it around a couple times to get it in there. Tighten the housing down here. Kind of pulls it into place.
How you doing, buddy?
Shooting safety video.
Oh, two. Take two.
Next, we're going to check the blades on this machine. Check the blades. You're going to take these bolts out right here.
Pressure hose and table also your looping the other back.
Be careful because it's very hot in this area right here. Take these two bolts out. On the top here. And what we're going to do, we're going to open the housing up to these chutes. So you just pull the pin on the outside until you get those two bolts removed. Check our blades in the back here, make sure they're good to go. Make sure this gets out of here if you don't want to leave that in there. Check again with the blades. If you leave the smallest piece of wood in here, you can jam this machine up. So you want to try and get as much of the stuff out as you can. But watch out because those blades are sharp, they will cut you.
What's up, man? I get you to maybe pull your rig over here. We got that machine over up on top of my truck. You can roll that
Right.
posture right up.
You pause it. You don't have to pause it.
You don't pause.